It's your boy Halucha Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another episode of Smack Talk. Um, of course, I knew that handy dandy notebook, which is on this side. Um, I watched half of SmackDown. I was at work for the other half, so yeah, I guess I saw highlights of whatever happened during like the first half, but I was there for mostly the second half. Well, yeah, like after Carmella did her little speech about uh facing Sasha at the end of the night. After that and after that, I saw everything after that. Everything before I didn't see, but I could assume I saw like whatever happened. So I'm just gonna talk about that. And yeah, we're gonna go from there. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna get into it. So the three things that I did not catch was the match between uh, Ford and Dolph Ziggler. I missed the contract signing between Mella and Sasha Banks, and then I missed the one-on-one match with um, Biggie and uh, Sami Zayn. So I'm going to assume, well, what I saw that Dolph Ziggler won. Um, Montez Ford, he was getting upper hand a little bit. He took Dolph Ziggler out the ring, and then blue solo cups kept, rain down, and they were messing around. They was having fun and stuff like that. And Ford was about to win in the end, but Robert Roode beat up Angelo Dawkins, distracted Montez Ford, super kick, he wins. Um, so they're on their we beat champions, therefore we have say in being number one contenders for the SmackDown titles. Same thing that happened with Hurt Business and New Day. It's just the thing that happens mostly with the title scene. It didn't happen with the IC title scene, but in tag team division normally happens. Um, I mean, they need tag teams, so I mean, and believe it or not, SmackDown, as weak as their tag team division is right now, they have like six tag teams. They have the Street Profits World Champions. They have Ziggler and Rude. They have Nakamura and Cesaro, who had their match with Gable and Otis. We'll talk about that in a second. Uh, and I'm guessing we also have Otis and Gable, which whatever. And then we have Blake Cutler and um, Cutler and Blake. Yeah, Cutler and Blake, and then we have the Mysterio family, I guess. So that's six. That is six teams that's on SmackDown. So hey, it's something. It's their division is better than actually Raw's because I think Raw's just has New Day and Hurt Business. hmm Yeah, that's about it. So so at least they're trying. They're at least trying to build the tag team division. So they got things going in the tag team division on SmackDown. So that is a good thing. Dolph Ziggler and Montez Ford, they're very athletic, they're very creative, and they're very good hands. So you're not going to have a bad match by them. And it leads to the title match. I would assume that next week they would do Robert Roode versus Angelo Dawkins, or they could just do like I would say they don't do contract signings, but they can do a some type of segment that will lead to their title match at TLC. So that'd be good stuff. That'd be good for them. It'd be a good one for the Street Profits. Um, so I'm just going to talk about the contract signing. So I guess that was next. I don't have a clue. The women's division, it's there. It's a thing. So my guess, because I didn't really watch it, so I'm guessing that they were supposed to have a contract signing, and then Carmella was on a Tron, I think, what I saw for a little bit, and she pretty much just goaded Sasha Banks. Was like, "Hey, why wait till TLC? Why don't we have this match tonight?" So she goaded her and having the match tonight, and Sasha Banks said, "Yeah." And I guess that was part of her elaborate plan to take her out and become SmackDown Women's Champion. And I know when I turned it on, Mella was talking about her making a wrong move and that she's better than her, and told the guy, the black dude, security dude, to get the champagne ready. That they're going to celebrate tonight for Mella celebration and stuff like that. So that was that. And then they had Biggie versus Sami Zayn, which I enjoyed for the little bit it was. They're building Big E. You know, they're doing this thing where Sami Zayn is like not the ordinary man. You know, it normally takes people three seconds to beat somebody. It normally takes them. Biggie likes the 5 count, but for Sammy, you know how impressive to take somebody out in 10 seconds. So that's his thing. So he's doing that. Actually, I hope this thing leads to maybe Big E's 5 count back. That he's gonna beat him in like three seconds or something like that, or he'll do 1 2 and he was like he'll do three and like he'll win. He was like nah, I need five, and he picks him up again. Big ending, and then 1 2 3 4 5. Big E Intercontinental Champion at TLC. Maybe he'll bring that back. But yeah, this was fun for what it was. They're probably gonna do way more at TLC. They're gonna have a real match at TLC for the Intercontinental Championship. It's gonna be great, and Big E's gonna win that title. I believe Big E's gonna win, and maybe he'll be able to hold it, and maybe he'll face Roman Reigns. Maybe Big E, maybe be champion versus champion. Who knows? But that'll be interesting stuff. Sami Zayn is a great heel. Always finding these different DQ ways, like how to win in DQ ways and stuff like that. Gets under his opponent's skin. I like it and I enjoy it. If he does beat Sami Zayn, I don't know what's going to happen with Sami Zayn if he loses. I don't know, maybe if he'll go back in the tag team scene with Kevin Owens. Because, like, honestly, how good is the mid card scene? That if they would they need Sami Zayn? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And then maybe they won't because also the Usos will probably be back by next year too. They'll probably be back in full effect, dominating the tag division. So I mean, maybe they do come back, and then maybe Kevin Owens, will still, won't be done with him. Won't be done with like the whole Roman Reigns family. So maybe he'll turn to Bryan to team with them like he originally wanted, or maybe he'll turn to Sami Zayn, an unlikely ally, to go against like Usos and everybody else in the tag division. Who knows? But that'll be interesting. And then they got Apollo. They have Baron Corbin's there. Buddy Murphy's there. Whoever else is in the mid card division. Yeah. I mean that's strong enough. You got Baron Corbin, you got Buddy Murphy, you got Big E right now, Apollo Cruz. There are probably other people in there. So I mean that's a solid 4 people right there that you can build in there. So we'll see what happens. But good stuff from them, and I expect a match at TLC where Big E really shines and picks up that Intercontinental Championship. Um, and then after that, they turned to a video package with Roman and Owen, Kevin Owens, and the Uso. What happened from last week? Video package was great. Um, and then they pan out to Roman and Paul Heyman, seeing admiring their work and stuff like that. And Jey Uso comes in, and Jey Uso's like, Roman goes to him. He looks at him. He's like, you good? You guys, you good? Roman's like, yeah, you good? He's like, yeah. He's like, are you good? Roman's like, yeah, of course I'm good. He was like, your family's good? Jay was like, yeah, my family's good. He's like, are you good? He was like, yeah, you good? He was like, yeah, I'm good. And then Roman goes, of course you're good because you're with me. I was like, well, damn. And then Kevin Owens goes out, and Jay was like, hey, he's like, yo, let me get him, Oos, let me get him, Oos. He has this cool let me get him shirt. I might buy that shirt. The shirt is actually fire. I actually like the head of the table Roman Reigns shirt too. I might get both of those shirts. Those shirts are both fire. What if they have the hoodie version? But those shirts are both fire. And then Kevin Owens goes out. He cuts a fantastic promo because Kevin Owens is fantastic. and he was pretty much calling out Reigns again, um, talking about understanding him being a family man because they're both family men. But what he does that with his family is not part of it's not part of the business. So his family can't be there to beat him up, and he's not there to use his family like Roman's used to use his family. But he was like, well, it's okay because I got some other I got some other friends that help me beat you up. He was like, I got my friend Cherry over here. My friend Cherry is very cold. He's very sinister, stuff like that. He talks about his friend Tables, who's comforting, it's like hardwood comforter and stuff like that. And it talks about his friend Ladders, and they're gonna do everything. He's gonna use all those to beat him up, and he starts to climb the ladder. Boom! Jay Uso breaks his back, and he starts beating him on with the chair. Roman Reigns is happy, of course. Paul Heyman, of course, is happy, and he goes after the leg bone of Roman Reigns. Jay goes after the leg bone of Kevin Owens. Uh, and they setting up the table. He's about to put him through the table. He's about to go to the top, and of course, hurt Kevin Owens. I don't know why I keep saying Roman Reigns. Hurt Kevin Owens just gets up, hobbles, lays him out, lays him off, throws him off. Boom, power bomb through table, and then he's goating him. And then Roman Reigns comes out. He has his title, which I don't have a title belt, so I'm gonna pretend I have a title belt. So he has a title belt, and he's about to hand it to Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman was like, he's like, you don't need to go down there. He's like, he's like, you're the head of the table. You're the tribal chief. It was like you go down there. That means that he's in the control. He's the head of the table. He doesn't make decisions for you. You're the one that makes the decisions. You're tribal chief, head of the table. And he reassures Roman that no, you don't need to. No, you're head of table. You're tribal chief. You're the one that makes all the decisions. And then Roman's like, you right, you right, you right. So he takes his title, goes to the back. Kevin Owens is having a hissy fit. He was like, oh no, 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 no. He gets his chair, goes back, and I think they go to commercial. They come back, and Kevin Owens is still looking for Roman Reigns. Kayla stops him, and pretty much was like, "Hey, are you trying to?" He's like, "Yeah, you heard what he said to my family last week about my family." He's like, next time I see Roman, Kayla goes, "Ah!" Roman Reigns, bow, chair to back, and he starts beating him up, and then Roman is so great, and then Roman starts talking to the cameras to Kevin Owens' family. He's like, "Hey." I don't know. He was like, we haven't been formally met. He's like, I am Roman Reigns. I am your tribal chief. I am the head of the table. I run SmackDown. You need to get your husband. You need to get your kids. You need to get your kids, daddy. You need to get daddy because I'm the one that puts food on your table, guys. He was like, and if he keeps acting like this, I'm gonna take the food off. And then he kicks Owens in the face and then walks away. I was like, damn. I was like, it got real, huh? So I expect next week for Kevin Owens to totally disrespect tomorrow's segment between Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns might be it has the potential to be probably the greatest uh story it might be the greatest segment of all time because Kevin Owens is going to murder Roman Reigns, and then he's going to talk about Roman Reigns' family. He's going to talk about his wife. He's going to talk about his kids. And Roman Reigns on Sunday is not going to be a happy person, and that's going to make for a fantastic TLC match, and I can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. Oh, but of course, with that, everything has to come to an end. Liv to Riot, Liv Morgan, and Ruby Riot face off against Billie Kay and her mystery opponent, which is Natalia. Very short. Billy and Natty, they something weird happened where I think they were supposed to. I think Billy was supposed to bump into Natty, but it kind of didn't work. And then Liv and Ruby hit the double team finish, And I think Ruby was trying to knock Natty off, but she was already off, and then she pinned Billy Kay, and then she won. It was really weird. I like Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. I love them both to death. I think they should be tag team champions. I hope they do become tag team champions because they really deserve it. I still don't know why you broke up Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. I don't get it. There's 3 hours of Raw and Peyton Royce isn't on the show. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But this match was whatever. I still like Billy Kay. I think she's great. I I think that her and her and Peyton Royce shouldn't have broke up. Otis and um what's his face shouldn't have broke up. Uh, Tucker, they shouldn't have broke up. Like Vince McMahon always has this weird thing where he wants people to split up. He wants people to go do their own thing because he has big plans for them. And then he does it, and then the plans stop, and now he's stuck here looking stupid, and it's ridiculous. Speaking of stuck on looking stupid, Otis uh, is with Gable. They do this Instagram story, which is kind of funny, where Chad Gable is teaching, I guess, Otis how to open his chakras or whatever, his senses or whatever. So he tells him to blindfold himself, and he's throwing stuff at him. He's throwing like balls at him. He's like hit him in the back with chairs. It's kind of hilarious. And then they did like several hours later, and like he threw a ball at him, like softly threw a ball at him. He caught it. It was kind of funny. And then they had a match with Cesaro and Nakamura. Thank the Lord Jesus that Cesaro Nakamura won this match because I would have went crazy if they would have lost. Um, I guess Gable is t- trying to be a heel. I don't know what's going on. He was saying that he wanted him to tag him in because that's what the plan was when Otis had it won, and so he tags him in, and then he gets in there, and then Chad Gable loses. He gets beat up. He gets the swing on him. The first exchange between Chad Gable and Cesaro was magnificent. It was beautiful, and I loved every part of it. I just love Cesaro one-on-one match with Chad Gable. Give him like 15 minutes. Magnificent. But he got caught with a Kinshasa at the end. Otis was just chilling there like he doesn't know what a Kinshasa is. And Cesaro and Nakamura win as they should because they're former tag team champions and they're as together, more together than they are. And then Chad Gable was like, "Hey, it's your fault, but it's okay. That was a test. You had it won, and you shouldn't have done that." So they're probably going to do a thing next week where Chad Gable does probably the same thing, and then Otis doesn't tag in because about the alpha thing, what he said last week, and then they're going to lose again somehow, and then Chad Gable is going to be like, I told you to tag me in. You were supposed to, and you didn't do it. And then Otis was like, well, last week you still have to do it. It's like, it's a test. Oh my God, you got to pay attention. So there's going to be an excuse for everything. So, I mean, I guess that's pretty decent. The match was okay. The match wasn't anything special, but the exchange between Cesaro and uh, Tag Gable was great. And anytime I see Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro on my TV screen, I'm a happy person. Um, and then they had the Lone Wolf with So they so Baron Corbin had his thing with uh, Blake and Murphy, Blake and Cutler. So when he did it, he was like he called them the Knights of the Lone Wolf. I think Knights of the Lone Wolf. So I was like, oh, he's getting the Lone Wolf thing kind of back together, which doesn't make sense because you're a lone wolf. So if you're a lone wolf, that means you wouldn't need them. But he still was talking about his knights as in he's still king. So I don't know if he's a lone wolf, Baron Corbin with henchmen, or he's the King Corbin with lone. I don't really get it. I It made my brain hurt. I didn't like it. I mean, it's fine. I like them together is fine. I kind of want them to just. I want him to just drop the king gimmick, get back to the lone wolf gimmick. Like be like, okay, well, I'm no longer king. Well, I'm still the king. I'm still the head, but I was also a lone wolf. No longer am I a lone wolf. I have like my wolf pack or something like that. Have his wolf pack or because wolf pack or something, something like that, or his Royal Knights, his uh, I don't know, something. I like Wolfpack, but maybe like this is Baron Corbin and like have their team, their stable called Wolfpack. I know it's off of the NWO Wolfpack or whatever like that, but who cares? They're not a thing anymore. So they could be the Wolfpack or Pack of Wolves or whatever. But that would have been better. But pretty much is they have a fist on the Mysterio family. And then main event time, Carmella versus Sasha Banks. Carmella has a very fancy entrance. Sasha Banks is, great. And this match was fine. It was okay. I didn't understand why they would make this match a title match if at the ending of the match was just going to be a disqualification. Yeah, that didn't make sense. I mean, they could have easily just had a match between like Carmella and whoever, Carmella and Bianca Belair, and they could have probably did shenanigans with that and had Carmella win a weird way instead of just having the title match, because now you have a title match and now you're going to have a rematch for the title match at TLC like you already planned to have the title match in the first place. Yeah, it's so weird because like in my original thought was like, well, Sasha Banks isn't losing tonight or any night to anybody anytime soon. So it was either she was winning, she was Carmella was going to win, and then drop the belt immediately 2 weeks after at TLC just to pop ratings or just to do whatever they were going to do, or Sasha Banks was going to win, and somebody else like was going to come back, like somebody was going to like make a return, like some kind of crazy return or something like that, and start that feud. I was like, well, that wouldn't have made sense. What was the reason for Carmella to be hyped up for all this reason? And then they made it, and then they gave Carmella a DQ win. I was like, why? They just did a count out win for Sami Zayn, and now they're doing DQ wins. Like, do you not under like WWE is so weird with trying to put people over so much that they don't want anybody to lose. They want everybody to be strong and people that they like. So they try to do all these fancy things just to put make somebody else look strong, even in defeat or in a win or something like that. You can do that by putting on a very good match. Like if Carmella and Bianca Belair would have had a very good match, like a 20-minute match, it was really good. And then some weird shenanigans happened, like where Bailey tried to like, or they could have literally just did Carmella. They could have did Carmella and Bailey versus Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair. They could have literally just did that. If they would have hyped up um, Bianca and whatchamacallit and Bailey for next week, and they would have hyped up the Carmella and Sasha Banks thing even further for TLC. Heels could have got a weird sneaky win, and it would have hurt anybody. But instead, they do these weird segments to try to put people over and make people look better, and it's just weird and it doesn't work. How did I just literally thought of that just in my brain cells. Like how did WWE creative just not think of doing it? It's like, oh, let's make a tag team match. They're about to fight next week. Oh, let's have the tag team match, put them together, and it won't hurt nobody if they lose, even if they cheat or something to win. Anyways, but the match was fine. Carmella, she's still, she's there. Sasha Banks makes her look very good. Carmella has gotten better, but it is what it is. Um, I'm guessing a rematch at TLC. After TLC, if Sasha Banks wins, I don't know if they're gonna have a rematch at Royal Rumble, if they're gonna do something else at Royal Rumble, then before Bayley wins the title and she challenges um, Sasha again. I don't know what's gonna happen, but Carmella is not winning that title anytime soon. And you can do all the changes you want. She's not winning. She's better off finding a tag team partner and um, getting in the tag team division. That's going to be her thing. I'd like to see. I wonder if when Sonya Deville's coming back because she's going to be she'll be great. A next challenger for Sasha Banks before Bailey at Mania. That'd be great stuff. But this show to me was okay. They're hyping. I guess their big thing is like TLC is literally next week, so they I guess they don't want to do too much. They don't want to do too much. They don't want to give away too much and stuff like that. So they're trying to build until next week's show. So I guess it's fine. It is what it is. But yeah, I would say the best part of the show to me was from what I watched was the Roman Jey Uso Kevin Owens has probably been the best stuff. Roman and Jey Uso has been the best thing since SummerSlam. Like since after Roman won since SummerSlam, they've been the highlight of SmackDown. So that stuff has always been and always will be fantastic. So yeah, that was pretty much like the real good thing about the show. Uh, I got to see Cesaro Nakamura. That's always a good thing. Um, yeah, that's really it. Everything else was just there. I would say the show would be like maybe a B minus. Then that's being generous. But what did you guys think? Let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.